first, welcome to this week's video. How are we all doing? I hope great. I didn't post a video last week because I had another video planned, but trust me, I have another video ready to go, so just hold off on that one. So for this week's video, as I mentioned in previous videos, I wanted to do a vision board and document that all for you all. So that's what we're doing. And I know it's already in the middle of February, but you know what? Chinese/Lunar New Year just recently passed, and considering I am Asian, I got myself some time. So for this vision board, I kind of wanted to really emphasize on like my personal life, my relationships, and my career, and everything work related. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I'm going to put on my vision board and then slowly put it all together, and hopefully it looks cute. So I want to start off my vision board with one picture, and that is this tarot card. This is called The Fool, and basically I resonated with this because there's an album by Rin Weaver, which is also going to be on my vision board, called The Fool. I resonate with The Fool as kind of like being ambitious, and should I be foolish and go out for more, or should I just settle for what I have now? So this is a really special card to me and something that I want to keep in mind when I'm making decisions moving on in 2019. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is like goals and aspirations in terms of who I am as a person, and also just my mental health and mental well-being. And some of the pictures that kind of emphasize that would be pictures of dogs, of course, like whoever gets mad looking at dogs. But the reason why I chose these two pictures is because this one's kind of like stop and smell the roses, but you know, this dog is just smelling some daisies or something. And then this dog is soaking in the sun. So when I look at these photos, they remind me to, you know, stay in the moment and also appreciate the moment that you're in. The next picture is this little graphic by This Is Nice on Instagram. I recently found them through my friend Nelly, who posted this on her story. So this graphic says, small but triumphant acts of bravery, and some of the things that it says on here is sharing my most fragile hopes and dreams with someone, which I'm doing right now, reaching out first, which I need to work on more because I always wait for people to reach out to me, saying no to things I don't want to do and no longer interest me, which is true. I need to learn how to say no better because I've always been a yes person, so saying no sometimes is okay, especially if you're not happy doing it, so need to work on that in 2019. The next one is figuring it out one step at a time and one day at a time instead of getting caught up in the what ifs. And I think that is so important because I've always overthought the future. When I like set goals for myself, I expect it to happen like tomorrow. So this is just reminding me that everything is a process, and if I don't see results right away, I should just trust in the process and just keep going at it, and eventually I'll get to where I want to be. And yeah, waking up early even when it's cold outside, that is a big mood. Today, I'll even admit that I didn't get ready until like 1:45. Gonna work on that in 2019, starting now. The next thing on my list is be a better person, and I think that's super important because, you know, there's always room for improvement, and I want to be a better person not only for myself but the people around me. Okay, so the next set of pictures is from my Twitter, and I got this idea from my friend Bree, who also inspired me to do a vision board, and it kind of just reflects on how I have grown as an individual and my mentality when I'm going through it, if you get what I'm saying. And looking at these tweets kind of remind me that, you know, I need to get my act together sometimes, and it's okay to go through these cycles, but at the end of the day, I should always work to improve myself. So here's what they say. It starts off as, you ever feel like you're working too much but you're not really going anywhere? LOL, my life feels so wasted. And the next one was a week later after I tweeted that, and I said, okay Timmy, stop with your bullshit and start creating. And I think that's super important because I need to stop making excuses for myself why I don't post videos, why I don't go on photo shoots, etc. So I really want to start focusing on my creative side this year and really put myself out there and do whatever I want to do and be happy with what I create. So a month after I tweeted that, I said, wow, I'm just reflecting on how far I've grown as an individual, and I'm so happy with where I'm currently at in life and who's still with me. Even if I may have my occasional moments of self-deprecation and existential crisis, I'm making sure to love myself just a little more today. I may have my downfalls, but it's always up to me to pick myself up, so important lesson there. Another thing that I wanted to focus on in 2019 is the fact that I'm good at being me. I've learned that, my value and who I am as an individual shouldn't be undermined by someone who thinks they're better than me. And so this is just a good reminder that I'm good at being me. And I should always remember that. Another quote that I would like to put into that category of like my personal life is that it's a bad day, not a bad life. And this quote is so important to me because I have to remember that I will go through some low lows, but I should always appreciate the high highs. Even if I feel shitty sometimes, it's not like my whole life is shitty. It's just in that moment it is. And I should let myself feel those feelings and then move on from there. This picture of the beach that I took layered with a picture of a band's cover art, which is Vacationer, and I thought this is a good symbolism of like taking care of my mental health. And sometimes I need a mental vacation, and it's always good to treat yourself. So I want to do more trips to the beach and more things that relax my mind rather than letting my mind run wild all the time. So this is a good one. Another thing is these pictures of bodies. Oh, this one's actually a picture of myself before I started going to the gym, and I remember reflecting on my body thinking like I was so skinny and I looked so scrawny and I wanted to improve my body. And this is like the body that I want to have. Well, a part of it. I don't want just a thick ass, but like, I want to be fit and I want to take care of my physical health along with my mental health more in 2019. And I think I've been pretty consistent with that. I think I've been going to the gym consistently every week for around like 3 to 5 times a week, so eventually I will have a thick ass. The last thing that I want to work on in this area is to drink more water. So moving on, I mentioned that I wanted to move to LA eventually, and I am graduating school this year, so I was reflecting a lot on 2019 and what that basically means, and it's like a lot of changes are gonna happen. And one of the changes that I'm really scared about, and it's inevitable, is I'm leaving a lot of the things that I love behind back in the OC. So I really wanted to dedicate a portion of my vision board to like my friends, because some of these relationships aren't going to be the same as soon as I move out to LA. I took some pictures that really mean a lot to me. When I look at them, I kind of just get that like gushy feeling and like just a bunch of love. And even if some of these individuals aren't pictured, just know that I appreciate all the relationships that I have in my life right now. So yeah, here's one of me, Crystal and Jillian at the beach, me, Remy, Alicia, Eli, and Ollie on Christmas. This night was so wholesome that I literally look back at those memories and I just like feel so much love and appreciation for them. To follow along, I have this picture of me and Brie during Rumchella, and I don't know, just looking at this just screams so much love, and they're literally the reasons why I'm looking forward to moving out to LA, because I know that I'm not alone. I also have this Polaroid of me and Lucas with our little champagne glasses. This was like a cute day too. To follow along with the feelings of my relationships is this little picture here, and that says, "It's a miracle we ever met." And I think that's so cool because, a lot of people cross paths randomly and you only meet some of these people once in a lifetime. And also, of course, I had to put a picture of Thank You Next, but in an anime version. It says, "I've loved and I've lost, but that's not what I see." So I have to remember that, I've loved these individuals, and once when I move out, it's not necessarily meaning that I'm losing them. It's just gonna take a little bit more work to keep these relationships close. That's what I'm hoping for in 2019. Moving on to my work life, I really want to be more creative this year. I really want to dedicate more time to YouTube, video creation, photography, and whatnot. And so one of the things that I've always done in the past is like tell myself that I was going to do something and I eventually wouldn't follow through with it. And so I saw a tweet recently by Rin Weaver, and it was one of the things that made me realize like, hell fucking yeah, like this is my year. And that was basically, I don't break promises anymore. And that doesn't mean like promises with other people, but like promises with myself even. Because I think it's so important that I stop saying that I'm going to do things and actually go do it. And knowing Rin Weaver and how she's been in a creative rut too and going through some things, and that stopped her from releasing music, I related with this so much. After seeing this tweet, it was one of my mottos of 2019. And so That's what we're going in with, bitch! So some photos that I chose to represent that feeling is this photo that my friend Jillian took of me when we were actually in the middle of recording another video that I have planned. So looking at this photo really makes me appreciate like making a vision come to life, and I'm super excited for future videos because there's a lot. I just need to get my ass to do them. And some photos that also represent that feeling and excitement of making a vision come to life are these two photos that you've probably seen before, and it's from when we recorded the video for my good old days video, which if you haven't seen it yet, I'm gonna leave a link in my description because it's honestly one of my favorite videos. And every time I show someone that video, they always have a emotional reaction to it, and I just love that because that's what I want my videos to do, alongside with like my vlogs and everything. So the next photo I have is like this picture of an airplane looking like it's like spewing out flowers, and that just symbolizes that I want to travel more. I want to go to more places in the future. Like, I'm graduating, so I have all this free time. I know it's so cheesy. A lot of people are putting travel on their vision board, but like I really want to travel because I haven't gone to many places in my lifetime. Like, I haven't traveled outside of the country, and so I want to book more trips, whether it be with my friends or just by myself. I really want to see more of the world because there's so much to see, and I'm so young for such a short period of time of my life, and I feel like now's the time. Another thing that I wanted to add to like my whole work-life goal is this picture from This Is Nice. And what it says on this graphic is, your energy is powerful and magnetic. Know that you can attract whatever you want, need, and dreamt of. Realize your potential. I don't know my potential sometimes, and I kind of undermine my talent, but looking at that, if I want to achieve something, I have to know that I am worthy, that I am good enough, and I will eventually get there as long as I put my mind to it. And the last two miscellaneous items I want to add to my vision board are these two pictures of two albums that really mean the world to me. Heard It in a Past Life by Maggie Rogers. If you haven't heard it, it talks a lot about changing and going through your life stages, and this album came out at such a perfect time, especially through the life stage that I'm going through, and it's definitely one of the albums that I will be listening to when I'm 80. Alongside that was a picture of The Fool by Rin Weaver. I've mentioned it at the beginning of this video with the Fool tarot card, and this album, released in 2014, has still been one of my albums that describe my life, and whenever I'm going through a rut or going through some feelings, this album is what I turn on, and eventually I just feel so much better. Alright, so that's everything that's going on my vision board. Let me go ahead and make my vision board look all pretty, and I'll see you at the outro. I got a little chilly, so I put on a jacket. Now that the vision board's done, I hope you all have a wonderful Timmy Tuesday, and I hope that you're all having an awesome 2019 so far. Let me know in the comments down below, what are you hoping to accomplish in 2019, and what's on your vision board if you started one. I know it's already 2 months into 2019, but like I said, we have more than enough time. We have a whole year. We can start whenever. Resolutions don't start on January 1st. They start whenever you set the goal. So that's my mentality. I hope you all have an awesome Timmy Tuesday, and I will see you in the next Timmy Tuesday. Bye!